Hi everyone, for today's video I'm going to be doing a full face of affordable makeup that you can purchase right at Ulta. All of these products you can also get at the Ulta store and they're not only like online exclusives. I wanted to make sure that I pulled out products that were more easily accessible. I know that not everywhere has Ultas, but Ulta is a beauty store that carries high-end and drugstore or mass products. I used to work at Ulta and we would call the drugstore side mass and the more high-end makeup prestige. So yeah, all these products can be found in the mass side of Ulta, which carries more of your drugstore items or just more affordable brands in general that your typical drugstore wouldn't carry. For my primer today, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This is more of your sticky gripping primer. And I definitely wanted to do a primer with this look today just to show you guys more product options, but also I am going to be trying out a new tinted moisturizer and I kind of just wanted to give it the best opportunity to succeed. And the e.l.f. Dew Primer is pretty sticky, like you can maybe see how sticky that is. So yeah, I'm hoping that this tinted moisturizer grips right to it and gets straight to work. For my base today, I am going in with the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. I have mine in the shade 170. I really hope this shade matches me because I originally purchased two shades of this online and they were the shades 100 and 130. Oh yeah, that looks like it will be a perfect shade match for me. I didn't have a ton of great like swatches to go from. This is a bit more full coverage than I thought that it was supposed to be. I thought this was supposed to be like a tinted moisturizer. But anyway, the swatches online were like pretty much non-existent and I was kind of trying to go off of what other people were using, like what shades that they were using to kind of try and figure out what shade I would be. So I decided on 100 and 130 and they were so light. So the other day I popped into Ulta and I returned the two light shades and I picked up 170, which I was also surprised to have gone up so much higher. Like I was kind of worried, especially with the packaging. Like that is nowhere near the outside of the packaging. Brands have got to get it together. They have got to get it together with this. How are you supposed to pick out a shade in the store? How? But anyway, that is one side done. That looks really nice. It was a lot more thick than I thought it would be and much more like a medium coverage foundation, I would say, or maybe like a light medium coverage foundation. I do want to do the other side with a sponge just to see now that I realize how much coverage it has. One thing that I did not mention in the beginning of the video is that all of these products also are cruelty free. I am really trying to curate my collection to be more cruelty free. This looks really beautiful. I love how my skin is looking. Even though it is looking like a bit more coverage than your typical tinted moisturizer, I still feel like my skin definitely looks like skin. I still see a couple of like, you know, discoloration peeking through over here. Some texture, you know, still there. Also, this has like a really pretty glow to it, which I really like. And the shade is like very much spot on. It is a bit more neutral leaning, which I do like a lot of the time. So I'm not upset about that. And yeah, I'm just really liking how this is looking. For my concealer, I'm going in with the Pacifica Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. And I wear mine in the shade 14NM. Just gonna make a couple of dots around my face because the Essence Hydrating Foundation ended up being a bit more coverage than I was expecting. I guess it totally does have the word foundation in it, but I was kind of under the impression that this was going to be a bit more like a tinted moisturizer. This concealer is pretty nice and the Pacifica foundation is really nice as well. But yeah, I just wanted to get a little bit of extra coverage in those areas, but the foundation did a lot of the work for me, so that's kind of nice. I'm going to start working on my brows and I have the NYX The Brow Glue and the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. The reason why I wanted to pull these out is because I love them, but also NYX at Ulta almost always is doing some sort of like buy one get one 50% off sale. So if you can get two products from NYX at a little bit of a discount, that's why I wanted to include both of these because these are both awesome, worthy products. I'm applying the brow glue first to my brows, and I just shape them a bit, and I am going to let it sit and kind of dry just a little bit before I go in with the color. I would say that this brow glue is pretty comparable to the Anastasia Brow Freeze, and I like that it already comes with a brush, so you don't need to buy or have any extra tools. So now that I have the brow glue on, I'm just going to let that kind of sit, marinate, set on the skin, and I'm going to go in with the Milani eyeshadow primer. Since I recorded my full face of Milani, I have been using my Milani eye primer, and it is such a good eye primer. I love that it is so much cheaper than the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I know that I love that primer as well, but the price point of that is just not justifiable when the Milani eye primer is pretty much the same exact thing. It feels the same on the eyes, it looks the same on the eyes, it performs the same, and it's so much cheaper. So yeah, I will definitely be switching over to the Milani eye primer exclusively once I finish up my Urban Decay Primer Potion. Alright, now while I let my primer kind of sit and set, I am going in with the Lift and Snatch by NYX. I used the shade Espresso in this, and I really like being able to kind of set my brows before I do this and kind of get the brow hairs going in the direction that I want it to go in, because it allows me to really be able to see exactly where I want to add brow product and not overdo it with the brows. I really love this brow pen so much because the product never gets buildup on the brush. That is so common for so many brow pens, and the brush and actual product always goes on so smooth. I am using just a regular spoolie now, and I'm lightly going in and brushing my brows again just to kind of merge the two products. And also by doing this, I find that it makes my brows look just a little bit thicker because it kind of lifts them up from being like pressed down on my face. And the brow glue will still continue to hold the brows in place, just like it won't be glued to my skin, if that makes sense. So when I was in Ulta exchanging the Essence foundation shade, I picked up the Catrice Cosmetics 5 in a Box mini eyeshadow palette, and I picked up the one in Warm Spice Look. It's really cute. It comes with a great variety of mattes and then two really cute shimmers. Even the shimmer down at the end doesn't look like it will be too light for me, which is a huge plus. The first shade I'm going to pick up is this sort of orangey brown shade in the middle. It is a true matte. I just watched Emily Noel's new video where she does like her little bite-sized reviews, and she was reviewing the 5 in a Box eyeshadow palettes from Catrice, and she really liked them, so I was really excited to use them today. So far, the eyeshadow is going on so nicely. I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going in with that shade right now. It's sort of like a coppery bronze shimmer. Really hoping that this goes on smoothly. You know what I actually want to do before I move on? I know that I already have some of that shimmer shade on my eyelid, but I'm actually going to take this very deep brown on a pencil brush, and I actually want to apply it to my lash line. I should probably go ahead and get some of that shimmer shade on my other eyelid too, just to kind of even it out. But I just wanted to do this before I went even further, because I do like the look of, you know, a deep shadow on the lower lash line, but then some of my shimmer shades to be on top of it, kind of so the deepness of that brown shade can peek through the shimmer, and I just think that looks really cute. So yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to go for. Alright, so I'm picking up the shimmery shade again. I'm applying just a little bit on this outer corner and doing the same thing that I did on the other eye. I just wanted to have, you know, even steps, because sometimes if you don't do the same thing on the other eye, even if you make a mistake, it will look kind of strange. And this is like my favorite type of look. I love a deep shade on the lash line, just kind of smudged. I think it's really pretty. And I'm also really glad that this small eyeshadow palette has a shade deep enough for that. So you could totally use it as like a liner shade. You can really deepen up the crease with it as well. You can also mix the kind of lighter brown in with the deeper brown to kind of make a more like medium brown. Possibilities are endless, I feel, with this tiny eyeshadow palette, and so far the colors are really nice. I'm taking a more fluffy eyeshadow brush, not a blending brush, but like a flat but like fluffy brush, and I'm taking this lighter shade on the end and I'm applying that on the inner corner, so we'll have kind of like a gradual blend of like light to more deep. And that's a really pretty shade. It is like my perfect light shade. If I'm being honest, sometimes it's really hard to find a shade like this in a palette because it's either like way too light or it's just not right. So I'm going back in now with that original blending brush that I used for the crease earlier and that sort of light medium toned brown. And I'm just running it through the crease. Actually, I'm liking how it's looking right now with just the medium tone brown through the crease and then the deeper lash line. I think that that's really cute. And I actually think I'm just gonna leave it. I think that the medium tone brown is deep enough for the crease to be worn on its own. And then what I'm doing with this light matte shade is it's a really nice sort of corrector shade or like a brow bone shade. So I'm taking it on a fluffy brush and I'm applying it right on top of the blend. So not really in the crease, but just like right on top of the blend that we made, just to make sure everything on the edges is nice, seamless, and blended. And that like worked perfectly for what I wanted it to do. So I really like this eyeshadow look. I think that it was really easy to complete. I love that I was able to use every single shade in this palette and like not just to use it. I felt like every shade had a definite purpose. So I think that this is a great pickup. I think that the shades worked amazing together and they applied really nicely, and I'm really excited to get mascara on these lashes. I am going to curl my lashes. So the mascara that I grabbed for today's look is my beloved e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara. I was beginning to lose hope on all e.l.f. mascaras. Every single one that I've tried, I've not liked. But the Big Mood Mascara is different. It is different. It is so good. You really don't need much of it to coat your lashes and kind of get the look that you want. So I am going to go in with a lash separator, but I wanted to show you guys what the Big Mood Mascara looks like on, you know, one eye compared to the other. I think that this mascara is so good. It adds length, it adds lots of volume. I don't have an issue taking it off at the end of the night, which is huge for me. And I also don't experience smudging or flaking with this mascara. It's really, really nice. I have not had this sort of luck with other e.l.f. mascaras. They were just not giving me anything, and this one, e.l.f. really just, they really did something with this mascara. This product you can absolutely get at an Ulta. It is an Ulta tool. It is their lash separator. And I really like this lash separator, not only to like obviously separate lashes from like any clumps, but also I feel like it lifts the lashes and kind of gives you more of like obviously like a lifted eye look. So yeah, these are the eyes done. I really like how they turned out. I'm very happy with the way that they're looking. And I just realized I usually do my bronzer like around the same time that I do my brows, and I forgot. So we still have to do the whole face, and I'm like giddy about it. I love putting on bronzer. The bronzers that I pulled out today are from e.l.f. They are the putty bronzers. I took out the shades Golden Days and Bronze Belle because I wasn't sure which one would work better for me today. I'm going to go in with the lighter one first, but if I need to go in with the deeper one, I will. So yeah, this is what Golden Days looks like. And I'm using my e.l.f. Airbrush stipple brush to apply it. Okay. Alright. Alright, yeah, give me Bronze Belle. Give me Bronze Belle. I was so excited when I went into the Ulta store and saw these on like the actual shelf. I just love that the drugstore and like the affordable side of the Ulta store is getting so many products. I love to see that. I did do a first impressions with the e.l.f. bronzers if you guys were curious about them and wanted, you know, some more info on them, I suppose. But yeah, these bronzers are pretty nice. They are very similar to obviously their putty blush formula, which I also really like. Let me hit the forehead. I always hit the nose like up and down, but I'm not like really shaping the nose, I'm just adding color to it, you know? I'm going back in with the brush that I use for my foundation and just cleaning up. And then going back in because the lines look kind of harsh. For my blush and highlight, I actually pulled out 2 of the Ulta Beauty brand products. The Ulta Beauty line actually has some pretty hidden gems in the line. I think that they actually have really decent mascaras. Their brow products are really decent. They have these really cute glitter topper eyeshadows. And these blushes are actually really nice. The Stay Cheeky liquid blush I have in the shade Velvet Rose. And then the other one that I have is in Natural Glow. And Natural Glow is definitely more like a highlighter, but they call it a liquid blush. So I just applied a little bit to the back of my hand, and I'm just taking my finger and pressing a little bit into the skin. One thing that is also really nice about the line is that it is usually on sale. A lot of the times they will do like buy 2 get 2 free, or they'll do buy 1 get 1 50% off. So definitely if you're interested in any of the Ulta Beauty products, wait for a sale. This is what Velvet Rose looks like swatched. Definitely will sheer out quite a bit when I start getting it on my skin. But yeah, the formula of these blushes is actually really nice. It's kind of like a nice dewy liquid blush, and they kind of sheer out to be, you know, really nice and wearable shades. I think there are 4 shades total, and I have one that's quite a bit lighter, but I don't really use that shade because it is just a bit light. There is a little bit of shimmer in all of the liquid blushes too, but it's not like the CoverGirl Clean Fresh blushes, their liquid blushes. I sometimes really dislike shimmer in a liquid blush formula, but these ones are okay. These ones get a pass from me. And they do dry down a bit, so you don't have to worry about them like remaining tacky on the skin. And I forgot to mention, but I'm also using my e.l.f. Putty Blush Brush, and I am kind of taking it across my face. I love the look of a little bit of blush on the nose. I just think it really ties everything together. For powder, I'm just going to do a light dusting of the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder, and I have mine in the shade Light Medium. I only want to apply a little bit of it all over the skin because I don't know, you know, how this foundation is going to wear. I always take a smaller brush to get up underneath my eyes, especially when I'm wearing more cream products on the cheek, because I don't really like to set my cream cheek products, but I do want to make sure my under eyes get set. So I took out quite a few lip options. I'm definitely going to do some sort of liner gloss situation, but let me just share with you all the lip options that I brought out in case you were on the, you know, look out for some new lippies. So I took out 2 shades of my e.l.f. Ride or Die lip balms. One in Tough Cookie, which is a beautiful pinky brown nude lip balm, love it. And then the other one in the shade Cheeky Cherry, which is just like a berry shade. It looks really cute on the lips on its own. Both of these look really cute on the lips on their own, and then obviously paired with a lip liner. So these could be very well an option for my lips today. And then I also pulled out the NYX Butter Gloss in Praline. This is a classic, and if you don't already have it in your collection, I highly recommend you pick it up, especially if you like pinky brown nude types of lips. And then I pulled out 4 different lip liners. You guys all know that I love my NYX Dazed and Diffused lip liner in Girls Trip, love it. So that is what Girls Trip looks like swatched. I grabbed 2 Maybelline lip liners, one in 04 and one in 09. So the one right next to Girls Trip is 04, and then the last one is 09. So those are what those look like. I probably will end up using 09 because I like the idea of having a darker lip liner and then like a lip balm, we'll see. And then the last lip liner I pulled out is the Essence Soft and Precise Lip Pencil, and this one is in the shade 05 Legendary. Yeah, I wanted to kind of see, oh, that is very, very light. I decided I'm going to go with the Milani lip liner in 09 today. I love that shade. I haven't used it completely by itself yet. I also like that the Milani lip liners are all wooden. Much better for the environment. Oh my god, that's beautiful. I love that shade. Whoa. Okay. And then I'm just gonna throw a lip balm on top of that lip liner. I love when the lip liners can do the work. So I'm taking the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm in Tough Cookie, and these smell so good. I do wonder if the scents are all different between them to kind of match their names, because this one smells like a vanilla cookie, but then the Cheeky Cherry, if I remember, smells different. Yeah, it smells like artificial cherry. This one doesn't smell as good as this one does, but the Tough Cookie one smells so good, and the color is so cute. Like, that is the color. I just like dabbed a little bit off of my hand before applying it, and that's super cute. Also, these are so comfortable. They look cute on their own. Really like these. This eyebrow has been kind of bothering me throughout the whole video, and it's literally because the height is not the same. Okay, that little line just like fixed everything. Going to set my face now with some setting spray. I went ahead and grabbed the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This one is a great option at the drugstore, probably the best setting spray that the drugstore has. But yeah, this is a great option. I really like it, and it really does get the job done. So this is the final look. I love how everything came out. I am really impressed with how the skin looks, the eyes, the brows, the lips. Everything is looking really so good. My initial reaction to the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation is pretty impressed. I love the coverage of it, even though I wasn't expecting it to be so strong, but it looks really beautiful and natural on the skin. And then the other product that I tried for the first time today was the Catrice eyeshadow, the 5 in a Box eyeshadow palette. This one was great as well, and they also had other color stories of the palette. So if you're not really loving the way that this one looks, there are other options at the store for you to take a look at. And they all had pretty decent ratios of matte and shimmer shades, which is always nice in a smaller palette. That way you can really get like the most use out of it, you know what I mean? But let me know what you guys think of today's look and all of the products that I was able to use today. I can do tons of variations of this video. There are obviously so many things at Ulta to buy. So let me know if you guys found this video helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and thank you guys so much on the recent support on some of my newer videos. I love that you guys are loving the new background. I can really feel it. I definitely am noticing that you guys are way more pleased with the quality of video, which I really love and appreciate. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you aren't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so, and hopefully I will see you next time.